Yes, they should, for business reasons. Let's start there. The business of the NFL tells you when you have a young quarterback that you know that you're going to play, especially when you drafted him in the first round, to play him right now while he's quote-unquote cheap, because the next contract is going to make this one look cheap. So, obviously, you respect him in terms of he's out there trying. He's out there trying to practice and perform, but there's a starter there that he can't see just yet. Now, let's get to what I feel. That's just what the NFL tells you to do. Should they give him the keys? By that, yes, but for me, no. Let me tell you why. My intel in the NFL has been 101% correct over all my years in this respect, talent evaluation. Every single time one of my boys hits me and is like, dog, this dude's a beast, he never was sorry. And every time one of my boys hit me up and say, man, this dude's sorry, he never became a beast. Hate to say it, man, Trey Lance, I ain't hearing anybody say that you a beast. That's a problem right there. Now, I'm the kid in class right now who's raising his hand but doesn't know the answer. You ever seen that kid? Nobody does. I used to be that guy sometimes. I was like, I just raise my hand up. Marcellus, what? I don't know. Because you know what's funny? Usually when you don't know, you don't raise your hand. But you asked me a question, so I will raise my hand. Marcellus, what's the answer? I don't know. Everyone tells me he's not good enough. Even Joe Montana tried to poetically say, basically, he needs more time. What does that mean? All the intel is swirling around. People are seeing it with their own very eyes. And I give you this in contrast. When Patrick Mahomes was a rookie, when Patrick Mahomes was in practice, everybody used to call me up and say, he is next now. Matthew Stafford, I told you the story before. My boy Dennis Northcutt, first time getting around him, years ago. He is the dude. With Trey Lance, you tell me. I've not heard one person ever support him in terms of a glowing fashion. You got to give him the keys because of business, but because of performance, I don't think you do.
I don't think you give Trey Lance the keys. I think that would be a foolish decision. Sal, one of my favorite quotes, it's better to stay silent and be thought of as a fool than to speak and remove all doubt.
That kid in class? Okay.
It's better to stay a backup and be thought of as sorry than to start and remove all doubt.
We know you're sorry.
Because right now, we think Trey Lance is sorry. Like Marcellus Wiley has said, he's heard through the grapevine Trey Lance saying, got it. He thinks he's sorry. I've heard the same thing. I think Trey Lance is sorry. Sorry is relative.
Yeah.
But once you put him out there, now you will remove all doubt. Jordan Love, we've heard Jordan Love doesn't have it. Nobody can confirm. We can't confirm in that one start versus the Chiefs. We talked more about his family sitting in the nosebleeds than we talked about his performance. But if Jordan Love has to become a starter, now he would remove all doubt. Trey Lance, at this junction in time, we don't know what to think. But I would rather be curious about who Trey Lance is than know Trey Lance doesn't have it. So it does not make sense for the Niners to give the keys to Trey Lance because all signs point to Trey Lance not being the guy. If Trey Lance was the guy, he would have started last year prior to Jimmy G being so injured that he could not play.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, the 49ers chose to play Jimmy Garoppolo with a broken thumb or a broken some finger in his hand instead of playing Trey Lance, the top three overall pick that they gave up multiple first-round picks in order to acquire. So all signs are pointing towards Trey Lance not having it. But I'd rather you stay silent and let me think you a fool than you speak, and now you remove all doubt.
I'm going to do what you do, still a Wileyism, right in your face. So you rather be curious than it to be obvious, right? Okay, respect. That means you know it's going to be sorry. That's the only way that equation works. Like, don't put me out there because you know I don't think I got it. And I've been there before. I'm not going to sit here and have such an ego where I'm not going to talk about the times where I was like, not sure if I'm ready for this one. My first start ever in the NFL. I think it was my second year. First game of the season in San Diego as I was playing for Buffalo. And they tapped me in the stretch line. Warm-ups for the first game of the season. Well, I'm thinking Bruce is starting, and they're like, nah, it's you. I don't want to know my stat line. I just don't want to know. Trey Lance, probably. One play Trey. Here's the thing. They're in an impossible predicament when you talk about Trey Lance in terms of play him, don't play him, and you know you got to play him. He's cheap right now. He's young. We got to figure this out. We can't just keep sitting here letting Jimmy G go out there and play when we know we have his successor in tow. Here's the conversation with Emmanuel Acho. And I hate to be Trey Lance, but if I'm your boy, I'm going to say two things to you. One, everyone's trying to figure out how great are you. Imagine this. You're going to be the starter of the San Francisco 49ers that is a Super Bowl contending roster. How great are you? Based on the guy before you who was perceived to be okay but got great results. I'm going to give it to you like this. That's what Matthew Stafford had to deal with, and he walked that tightrope perfectly. The guy before you, we don't think is that good, but he got great results. What do you think they're going to do to somebody who they think is supposed to be great? What are they going to expect? Even greater results. So now, if he starts, he immediately becomes Matthew Stafford for the Rams. Jimmy G took us to a Super Bowl. Jimmy G took us deep in the playoffs. What you going to do? Because we know Jimmy G is just all right, and you're supposed to be great. That's an impossible situation to put yourself in from hello. No runway in front of you. You got to be a helicopter. This ain't no slow plane building up its speed, Trey Lance. You got to take off instantly. Give him the keys to do that? Good luck, man. That's an impossible proposition.
So if that's the case, though, that's why I don't want to give them the keys. I understand you're saying they have to because of what they gave, but Niners fans, you all know this far too well. Y'all got about a 3-year window, and y'all seen your 3-year window before from 2011 to 2013. Y'all have about a 3-year window because George Kittle probably has 2 to 3 good years left because he's such a beast. He gets hurt so much because of how he plays the game. You only have such a period in order to get it done. I don't want to waste one of those 3 good years on Trey Lance growing. Like, windows in the NFL are small in order to get it done. I don't want to waste one of my good years on Trey Lance. If I'm the Niners, hey, Trey Lance, I'm putting you on ice for another year. I'm just going to have to be thought of as making a bad decision, but I don't want to throw you out there and waste one of George Kittle's good years, waste one of Trent Williams' final good years. I don't want to go out there and do that.
Look, it's impossible for him to hit the ground running. And I'm going to say it, impossible. And everybody going to say, well, Matthew Stafford just did it. Matthew Stafford had 13 years of experience of dealing with all the adversity that comes from the ups and the downs and more downs than the ups. Do you know who Trey Lance is? The highest drafted quarterback ever with the fewest reps in college. He went through COVID, didn't get a ton of reps, and went to a small school. And y'all gonna give this dude a Super Bowl contending roster and say, go get it right now, when the expectations will be greater and the guy he's succeeding is supposed to be looked at as lesser. Good luck to you, Trey Lance, man. You got to go out there and go get it.